Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming in for a video. I do appreciate you coming in for another heart to heart. It's late. It's great anyway. I just am very grateful when I'm able to come and do another video for you guys because I've been so busy lately and just entrenched in things that I have to do for my other life, my real life, my teacher life. So when I can sit back and have a little fun, I'm really happy about that. The lighting is a little brighter than I'm normally used to. I'm going to turn this a little bit. I feel like, I don't know, I couldn't even get the lighting right today, guys. Honestly, just a little bit too bright for my liking right now. But let's just leave it. It's okay. It is what it is. I'll come over here so it won't be in my face so much. Let me see who joined me in the chat. I got a candle messing me up already. What did I do with this candle here? Oh my gosh, I have candles everywhere, and this one did not bode well. Oh well, thank you guys again for being here. We have Doug here. Cindy Dodds, how are you? Wasn't that a great auction? Dawn, did you go to my auction? It's at 5 p.m. Central, but I was a little late today. I wanted to do a video, and I started a video kind of late, and it went on a little longer because I tend to linger and talk about jewelry. Oh my gosh, who would have thunk, right? All I did is talk about jewelry. I was showing my beautiful oversized charm bracelets. Hi, Miss Lydia, how are you? And so I got caught up in that, and then I didn't start till 5:30. So did you get in? Because people have been finding it kind of difficult to get in. I don't know why. I think you have to click the video. I think that's the problem. Over on Facebook, you have to click the video. You were doing some Facebook sales for your dad. Oh, awesome. On Facebook Marketplace. I've been trying to get my husband to go on there because, and I hope my son is listening, because we are doing a lot of empty nesting cleaning, and we're done. That's what's going to make us feel skinny. Title of my show, guys, what makes you feel young and skinny? Oh my gosh, I heard that line the other night. I was like, I have to steal that line. And it was, of course, on a podcast where they were interviewing some dudes from the 70s and 80s that were pop icons. And I won't tell you which, because every time I mention someone will say something like, oh, I don't like him. Oh, he thinks this, he thinks that. Gosh, people, please, just, why is everyone so encompassed in one side of a personality, I try not to do that. That's why I hate when celebrities reveal their politics, because then, sometimes I tend to do that too. And I forget all about that body of work that I enjoyed so much. And now I can't stand because I don't like what they said about so-and-so, or thought about so-and-so. But anyway, so this guy said, yeah. Oh, what did he say? He played for a iconic band of the 70s, rock and roll band. And he said something about what he enjoyed more than anything was going into a crowd that he perceived as nothing you can do can please me. He described it as a room full of North Koreans who don't like much because they live in a communist country, right? And a couple of riffs in, he says, and I make everyone feel young and skinny. From that beautiful era from which we lived, whether it be the 60s, 70s, 80s. But isn't there a time, guys, when you feel that way? Sometimes to me, it's just getting together with my sister, my beautiful sister, Patsy. We got together last night. We had a wonderful time. I told her, I'd actually invited her and my mother. My mother didn't feel like going anywhere. So I was like, you know what? I'm going because I've been wanting to go to this restaurant. It's a nice restaurant. I love it. I've been there once before and I really liked it. And my sister always used to go there with her husband, her late husband rather, and with coworkers. It's a haunt that she absolutely loves as well. So then I called her back and I said, do you want to go? Because I'm going, whether you go or not, I'm going in by myself. Things like that really kind of renew us, I think. And I think we sometimes need to find those kinds of things. And sometimes it's just music too, just turning on the music, full blast. Right now, you know what I did? I had these horrible looking bangs and they're still kind of horrible. Let me pick up the thing a little bit so you can see the top of my head. I put in some chopsticks. Sure, they look silly. Sure, they look like something that's growing out of my head. But I used to wear these to school. I used to wear them when I worked at Macy's, and I had long black hair, and I loved wearing them. I love the way they hold up your hair. And look, doesn't it make that messy bun look next level? To me, it does. So I'm doing it. Hey, Swamp Picker, how are you? Jojo Mama, it is late. I hope we don't get so many. I hope we get a good crowd. Put in a thumbs up, guys. And I hope we don't get a bunch of trolls. I've been getting so many trolls on my videos, guys, not the live ones. People are leaving weird. There's one person that leaves this crazy picture of herself. It looks like she's naked because it's a tiny little icon picture, teeny tiny. And I don't know if she's just has her hands, in just the right place, or if it's a kind of a bathing suit or what, but I have to look at it like 2 times. You guys may have seen it. Is it crazy or what? And she's posted at least 3 times. Now, this does not make anybody feel young and skinny, I'll tell you. I don't know what, but she's just, I guess, trying something. And on it, it says, on the picture, it'll say, I'm alone. Today it said, I'm alone. And about 2 times that she's posted that same video, but she has different names because I keep blocking her and reporting her. And so she keeps coming back with a different name. It must be a like a professional type of site. They'll come back with, I need a boyfriend. I want a boyfriend. I'm alone. So who knows what kind of people we'll get today. It is a little later than normal, but I did put that question out there. Oh, and I thought it was a really good quote that he said that. So I said, I'm going to steal it for my title of my video. What makes you feel young and skinny? Gosh, I don't know. That made me feel really good. Being with my sister, we had a wonderful dinner. We had laughs. We can talk about things without people looking at us like we're nuts or criticizing our verbiage, or, if we want to throw an F-bomb down on the table, we do. We quietly. But, no one's there to criticize or to look at us like, oh, what are these 2 old broads doing? It's just not there. No judgment, in other words. And I really need that. I need that respite. I need it alone with her or with my mother. We can do that with my mother too. And she doesn't mind. She just, she knows we need each other that way, especially these days when we've been so isolated, so far apart from everyone. And the text just doesn't do it, guys. It's just not the same. My sisters are my touchstones. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just something we just need to do. And it's really good when you have someone that won't judge you for anything you say. Anything you say, if she may disagree and say, well, you know what? I don't really feel that way. I feel this way about this situation, or I think about it this way, but it's never like, oh my gosh, how can you say that? How can you think that way? I'm not going to speak to you. You're so ugly. You're so just, whatever. No judgment like that. And I love that. I have friends like that too, but nothing like a sister, right? Nothing like a sister and a bar of chocolate. Your husband is mine. That's wonderful, Miss Cindy. That's wonderful. That really is nice. And my husband is too. My husband is my absolute biggest cheerleader, absolute my support, my rock. But again, there's, when there's a need for girl talk or, just heart to hearts in some way that I don't think a man will understand what I'm thinking about a certain thing and why I think this way. And I think, in my opinion and in my case and in my experience, a female understands certain things that a man will not understand. That's just the way I see it. Your middle is your middle sister? Oh, well, yeah, we've got those too. I don't, my sister is not, but I do have relatives that can be that way. And I was thinking about that too, guys. I was thinking about how I need to call someone who I know is going to drive me crazy when I talk to her, because it's going to be all about her and it's going to be all about her, her pains, everything, whether it's happy or sad. It's always about her, no matter, if you come with news rather, if you come with news, hey, I just won the lottery, or hey, I'm going to be able to retire with, this is happening for me, wonderful things for me are going on, and let me tell you about it. Immediately it's going to be, well, guess what, I did this. They always want to one up you, right? I have relatives like that. I do. I do. I do. I do. I love them. I still love them. And I'm still going to call because I feel like I need to call and talk to them. But I know it's going to turn into a conversation. Miss Donatella, did the sand come off the car already, Miss Donatella? I hope you guys had a wonderful time. My husband was telling me he was watching the video. It looked like y'all had a good time. I hope you did. And I saw your little note about the number 11, and you're absolutely right about that. They are always with you. It's wonderful to get a sign like that. I'm glad that that happened to you, Miss Donatella. Good to see that. Absolutely. But yeah, we do have relatives like that, guys. I have them that are crazy, and it's almost toxic to talk to them, right? Like you call them and you never get a word in edgewise because it's all going to be about them, their triumph, especially their hurt. And then when they're hurt, I hate to say this, but it's absolutely true. When they're hurt or when something negative happens, it's almost like they want to see, well, what negative happened to you? Share what's negative with me, or they want to say, well, you remember this, don't you, when it happened to you? They'll like drag you down with you. Yeah, that happens, but they're your relatives. And I don't saying you have to live with them or be with them all the time, but sometimes you really do have to call them anyway. I know I do, because I care for them, and I don't want them to think that I don't care. And that's what I'm thinking about. It's what are they thinking that I haven't called, that I need to call just to see how they're doing, because we've all been through this together. We've all lost friends and family, definitely family together, and even family that was closer on her side than my side. So things like that. So I definitely have to call, and it's hard. I don't know. I feel like you're lucky to have family. You're lucky to have family anyway, sometimes even if they're a little messed up. I don't know. I try to find the good in there. I have sometimes you got to dig real quick, real far, real deep, real wide. But I kind of feel blessed anyway to say, well, I do have this family. I may not want to talk to her all the time because it's intense. I got to pour myself some red when I talk to her for sure. And if I had a cigarette, I'd light one up, but I don't because I don't smoke anymore. But that's the kind of attitude you almost have to have when you call this person. But anyway, so I put on the chopsticks, guys. It reminded me of when I was like 17. Of course, my hair was dark, but it's not now. But all those little things make me feel good. Putting on red lipstick makes me feel good. Losing a few pounds always makes me feel good. I have to do that again so I can, not again and again, that's a bad habit, but I got to at least maintain my weight and not, succumb to the constant snacking that is COVID-19 quarantine stuff, because I love putting on a new pair of jeans or a new pair of shoes even. That's a wonderful ego booster. Putting on lipstick makes me feel good too. Well, good. Of course it does. Lipstick and jewelry, self-adornment. We talked about that last time, didn't we? Self-adornment is very important. You fell asleep earlier and you just got up and missed all or most of what, Miss Sandra? Did you miss my auction over on Facebook? I just got on here 15 minutes ago. So you didn't miss much over here, that's for sure. Does Robin wear red lipstick, Donatella, or is she pulling our leg? Or did she just say lipstick? Gotta love the one-uppers. I know. I used to date a guy like that. That's why I broke up with him. I could not stand that. I could not stand that about him. Everything was always better on his side, no matter what it was. Those are troll bots. Yeah, they're bots, right? But they're so annoying. But they must be, I mean, what I'm saying is, what are they soliciting? Just being trolled? They're not really soliciting anything? They're just trying to mar your page up. Is that it? The ones that are saying, I need a boyfriend, I'm lonely, I'm home. There's been a lot of those on my recorded videos. It's been crazy. Your youngest sister is the most judgmental person on the entire planet. Really? How many sisters do you have, Dawn? No brothers? The Lord is my touchstone, uses my family to help heal our wounds. I know this year was hard, but last year was harder. I really didn't understand space until recently. Space is needed for our patience. True, it was very hard to have this space between us and time between us. And then we almost got complacent about it, don't you think? I know I did. It's like almost like they say, the more you sleep, the more you want to sleep, or how depressed people and people that struggle with certain mental issues, let's say things like OCD, because I've worked with people like that and treated people like that in my clinics where I worked. And the professionals would always tell us, the experts would tell us, you have to break this habit. You have to help them break this habit because it becomes ingrained. She had, among other things, autism, but one of the things that she obsessed about was putting her jacket on. She did not like having a jacket on, and it could be really cold, and she still didn't like the jacket on. And then she obsessed about having a jacket at home and one for school. So like that one had to be at school. She couldn't bring it. She couldn't mix the two things. Or people who can't, there's people who don't like their food to touch, or, the extremes everywhere. But our experts would always tell us that even though it was going to be really painful, because some of them would lash out and literally hit us and throw things at us and break the room in half. And I mean, literally tear up rooms. But if we didn't go through that initial phase of breaking them, pretty much, for lack of a better word, even though the word is shaping their behavior, we were going to pay for it. And more than that, we weren't. The parents were, the family was, because they were going to have to deal with someone who was stubborn for something so trivial and almost phobic about wearing a jacket when, it was sub-degree weather or whatever. So we had to break them of those habits. I feel that's kind of the way we were becoming, being alone for so long with this COVID thing. I know I was getting to that point when I got in the car yesterday and drove. My gosh, I felt like I had forgotten to drive, or I made sure I checked the gas. It was like my first time driving. It really felt surreal, kind of strange, because I don't go anywhere. And even the post office, I've passed that on to my husband. He's now doing a lot of the shipping for me and going to the post office for me. So I'm not even doing that trek anymore. And that's been like 3 weeks. Yeah, it was crazy. You have one sister 8 years younger, crazy, and a brother 21 years younger. Oh my goodness, interesting. Interesting that you have that big space in between. My youngest is, I think, 17 years younger, about approximately 17 years younger than my oldest. Yeah, most definitely. Hi, Miss Donna. How are you? So, Dawn, did you tell me if you had trouble going into my auction or not, or you were busy, right? Did you do a live auction on Facebook, or did you just do what do you call it? Listing on Marketplace? And no one else told me what makes them feel young and skinny. And do you want to feel young and skinny? It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. I don't know if I'd want to go back there to all those mistakes I made. Thank you, Perla. It's vintage. I do have about 6 of those. Thanks to you, you got me into all that vintage stuff. Mm-hmm. Right. You're in a rut, Jojo. You were in the Facebook Marketplace sales, yeah. I haven't done too much of those, a few here and there. We are in the process of putting flooring upstairs, one more room and a closet left upstairs to redo. I I think they're going to start Monday. My husband stripped off the carpet himself just because he was done with it, and on one room. But definitely trying to do new things up there and get it all done. Over, over and done with that. Trolls just throw insults that make zero sense. Yeah, it'd be interesting if they did that, but they don't even do that. This one is just like they said, a bot. Mistakes are you seems like you did something right to make them. Oh, that's so sweet, Robin. No, lots of mistakes. Lots of mistakes. I would love to be 25, 17, 14, 16. Sometimes I would say I would love to do that, but oh no. It was a painful time. It was, it was, well, in a way, like they say, what would you tell your younger self? I would tell myself, if I was younger and 17, to go straight to college. Don't pass go. Don't take a respite of, what is it? When did I go back? I went back when I was 32. Don't take that break. Go straight to college. I would tell myself that, because I worked really hard. I made a lot of money working in the fields that I worked in. I did well, but those times are fleeting. Those times are gone. That kind of work is not available these days. The work that's available today is for those that are tech savvy and, skill sets of that sort. And well, luckily I was able to go back during and after, and in the interim of raising 4 children and getting my degree and my teaching certifications and all of that. But I wish I would have done it younger. In many ways, I wish I would have been younger when I did all of that. But in many ways, I think I mentioned to you guys before, I was a mother in my 30s, 40s, and 20s. And I don't know if I was a better mother in the older age at 42. I don't know if I was what is a better mother? I think you do what you can do. You do your best. I did my best at 20. I did my best at 30, and again at 40, and you just do what you can do. You love your children as much as you can, as much as you want to buy them everything you think they need. Sometimes you can't, as much as you want to spend time with them, more time with them. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes you have to go to work. I've had both of those lives where I had to have babysitters watch my kids during the day so I could work, or, after school, before school, after school, all that stuff. And then I was lucky enough to stay home and raise the kids for a while as well. I don't know if one's better than the other. I don't like to be judgmental about myself even, because what do I want to give myself that guilt for, I don't think I'll ever feel young again with having lupus and getting harder to get around as I am in such. Exactly, Miss Cindy. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I would wish for then. Honestly. Everyone always says that. If you have health, you have everything. And that's the truth. That's the truth. And that's one thing I can tell myself too. I gave my kids what they needed, nutrition-wise, education-wise. So why, go back and feel guilty about having to work or having to not spend as much time as you wanted to. Yeah. It is true. It is absolutely true. Yeah, me too, Don. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to be skinny and young for sure. But more, I'd like to just be healthy too. Even if it's not like super, super young, I really just want to be fit and be able to move around without, so much pain. Because even though I don't have some of the aches and pains that come with things like lupus and fibromyalgia and all of that, but the aches are there. They creep in. They really do. Just moving suddenly, you hear your knee pop and things like that. Yeah, for that reason, I wish I was younger and this body wouldn't start showing me its age. For sure. I don't know, though. Hairdos, jewelry, lipstick, dinner out. It's a good thing. Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Miss Cindy. I'm happier now at 67. Don't think I would go back in time and be young. Yeah, because along with that comes, like I said, a lot of other problems. There's always other problems. You are lucky to be able to quit a very good job to do an all in-home preschool. Oh my goodness, how fun. Uh-huh, exactly, exactly. And I see some of that, there's a lot of I don't do any content on TikTok, guys, so don't even look for me over there. I just watch. But there's a couple of people that do sales over there. And young mothers, single mothers, and one of them has talked about, that she's just trying to make a living. She does these mystery boxes of makeup and I think jewelry even. And sometimes you can see her late at night. I mean, I don't think it's still like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, no matter what time it is here. And you can hear some of her kids running around and still awake. And I'm thinking, oh my God, those kids need to go to sleep. But then I'm thinking, who am I to judge this young girl who's just trying to make a living? She's single breadwinner and just trying to hustle and get it done. And at least that's what she's doing, right? Hustling and getting it done and paying those bills. And her kids need her attention, but I don't know if she spent the entire day with them, if they'd gone to the zoo and did everything they were supposed to do. I'm just seeing, the things that run through my head as the person watching this content and trying to support her channel. And, because I have to admire people who do things like that and people who don't just sit around and feel sorry for themselves or think, I have to do this or there's no hope for me. She found a way to do it. And wow, on the internet too, I think she's got like, I don't know, 20,000 followers. She's got quite a following but she's working really hard and working probably harder and harder and harder to get more of a following so she can do more sales. And she's quite good at it. And then she does other things where she'll shop with you to, pick out certain palettes and all of that. I don't really know what the hustle is, but I know it's a hustle. And I got to admire those single women who get up and do it. And yeah, get up and do it. And then she's like, yeah, I told my son I was going to go play with him as soon as we finish this and so forth and so on. And it's interesting. It's interesting what we all have to do to support our families. Hey, Moonstone Mamas, how are you? Yeah. Yeah, you can't. I mean, it's easy for me to go in and people do. They're like, you're tired. Why don't you go to bed? And then she even told them the other day, she's like, guys, don't tell me I look tired. That's the worst thing you can tell a 30-something mom. You're not my parents. I'm staying up because I need to stay up, and I'm selling because I need to sell. So like I said, I see things like that and I just want to support them. I think that is so incredible that she's, because they're young, she probably finds it more convenient to do the online hustle, guys. It's real, it's good, than getting minimum wage somewhere, having to leave the child somewhere, and barely making ends meet. Plus, of course, we get this. She gets like I think you can get super chats or something. I think they call them gifts over there. So people support her left and right. It's awesome. It really, really is. Hey, Miss Fairy Vixen, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, because I don't know. I always say there's no perfect way to raise children. There's no perfect way to raise children because it's not all going to fit like a nice little pattern, like a nice little jigsaw puzzle for everyone. There are kids that are so self-reliant. I remember when I stayed home with my kids and they were, what were they? I think they were like third grade and maybe first grade. And we were neighbors with another family in the neighborhood, and the son was a friend of my son's, one of the sons, because I think there were four brothers and 2 sisters. It was a huge family. And I was taken aback by the fact that all those children, those 8 children, did their own laundry. They joined Little League, they joined all of these things, but their parents were never there because their parents were working. Their parents were constantly working. And I found it really admirable that this kid that was like in third grade, second grade, was doing his own laundry, was picking up his sister from a Little League game because he had to go take the other one to another. They were like responsible for each other. All of the siblings were responsible for the other siblings. And a lot of times you think, oh, that if they don't get that hovering, that, what do you call it, helicopter parenting, that they're going to falter, they're not going to succeed. Well, I'll have you know that every one of those children were honor students. Not only honor students, I mean high achievers. They all earned doctorates or master's degrees. My son kept in touch with the son, and we knew about the older siblings because they actually had plaques in one of the elementary schools. They had a plaque for one of them who did this fabulous feat, you know. So it's quite interesting how we think that we need to be a certain parent in order for our kids to be successful. When in reality, I'm sure those kids felt love, which was the most cool thing of all, Miss Dawn, correct? Felt loved by their parents. They didn't have that constant attention. Mom's going to cook dinner. Mom's going to iron your clothes. Mom's going to make your bed. No, they did that. And that's not something that I saw ever. I'd never seen that. And I know that in some, other cultures that may be prominent, but in the US culture, it's not a very common thing to see that. But self-reliance is a good attribute to have. Absolutely. And it serves us well. It serves us well. And like I said, these children grew up to be successful. As far as I know, out of the 8, at least 5 all had masters, 2 had doctorates. I don't know what happened to the other younger ones. I'm sure they succeeded as well. But yeah, it was a good success story. Absolutely. And I like thinking about things like that because I run into a lot of children like that. And right now, when I'm teaching 7th grade, I do run into a lot of children that have been saddled with this right now. And some of them are helping their other siblings to get started. Then there's others where the mom is right here, right next to the kid, answering the questions for the kid. I've had it happen already. Or even a simple question like, what are you having for lunch? She's the one answering the question. I don't know. Is that the better way or not the better way? I don't know. Who knows? We just, in the end, we all make our own decisions, right? In the end, sometimes we can have really bad parents and still be good people, because I've met those too. You can still be a good person and still succeed in some way. Responsibility, I think, is the key to helping children grow. I think you're absolutely right. And I used to, I have to say, I wasn't that kind of a parent. I wasn't a helicopter parent, but I was the kind of parent that maybe because I grew up with a different time and a mom that was home and there, but when my kids would forget lunch and I only lived right here, I could walk to the school where they went to school. But if they would forget their lunch or they forgot their library book and they couldn't get the library book out on Wednesday, if they didn't have their library book to turn in from last Wednesday, I would rush over there and take it to them. And it wasn't until I talked to some of my friends, because we had all become friends and, neighbors. We had book clubs and we had play groups. So we were all kind of friendly. And I saw one mother say, no, I don't do that. If he forgets it, he forgets it. If he forgets his lunch, he's not eating lunch because he'll never know responsibility. And I take cues from people. I'm not the kind of person that, oh, your way's wrong. I would never do that. That is so cruel. I was like, you know what? You have a thought there, Miss. What was her name? Can't remember. Oh, gosh, I can't remember that lady's name. Paula? I think it was Paula. You have a good point there, Miss Paula. I think I'm going to have to start doing that because she keeps forgetting her library book every darn Wednesday. And I keep going to take it to her. I was enabling her. To be irresponsible. Yeah, but anyway, I do get, to thinking about things like that. Guillermo, how are you? Thank you so much for helping so much today with my auction, Guillermo. I appreciate you being there, pushing up that chat and helping me out. It can be a little daunting over on Facebook with that lag. And then, oh my gosh, there's been so many glitches over there too. You're a deep thinker? No, I'm not. I mean, I am in some ways, but I always like to think also that why, I don't want to live in the past. I don't want to live thinking, yeah, I should have done this better. I should have done that Wednesday library strictly. No, I'm not going to go do it. When she was in kindergarten, but I don't know. And then all my kids turned out different anyway. They're all wonderful kids. They're good, solid citizens and productive. So honestly, no regrets. Whether I did it this way or that way, or you did it the other way, right? As long as we don't have any over in Texas prison system, and even if we do, people make mistakes. People make mistakes. We're all human. So no judgment. You learn as you go, right? Most definitely. Let me see what else you guys got to say. Alexander, are you here? Do you guys like my little chopsticks? They look good, right? I like them with this little mess up here. I think they look cute. Let me see. Not a deep thinker, no. My parents both worked, and I was 9 years old and would come home from school and make supper. Oh my gosh, Miss Cindy, how fabulous. And lots of people are like that with their children, and it's a wonderful thing. It really is. I didn't learn how to cook till I got married. And even then, it wasn't that good. It got better. The older I got, the better the cooking got. It still gets better. Love cooking shows. Oh, thank you, Fairy Vixen. You're sweet to say that. Yeah. You have 6 kids and your 2 are seniors. Well, congratulations. That's fabulous. I sure hope we get back to all of the pomp and circumstances the seniors deserve. Whatever mistakes you made or did not make a mistake with this channel. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I absolutely love being here. I really do. It's been ups and downs. It's been a long haul, still, staggering at only a few thousand subs, but the subs that I have are cool. They're cool. I have a great community that comes around and supports me in so many ways. And just being here, chit-chatting with you, like I was telling my husband, I'm itching to do a heart-to-heart. I don't have anything really, profound, earth-shattering to say, but just touching base with you guys, things that are coming through my head. Thanking you for being here always and supporting me and the channel and watching the videos, telling me what you think about this or that, teaching me about jewelry, letting me teach you the little that I know has been such a blessing, absolute blessing. Oh, I was going to say, though, from being distant and kind of stagnant or what is it, static, I went to the Goodwill yesterday when I went to meet my sister for dinner. I decided to hop in there real quick to one of the ones that is on its way. And I had a couple of things in the basket. And then I was like, you know what? I don't think I really need this. I don't even remember what it was. I was like almost not in the mood to be there, which is so strange. It was a strange feeling not to really want to go thrift there. Maybe it was the place, though. Maybe there just wasn't that much that I was looking for. No jewelry, absolutely no jewelry, not a stitch of jewelry in the counter or in a jar. So maybe that was it, because usually when I see jewelry, I get excited. But it was a weird feeling. It was almost like, wow, could I be losing this addiction? Is that possible? Really crazy. All right, I'm going to scroll back down and see if I got any more. Fairy Vixen says, I'm still trying to break 1,000 so I can go live on my phone. Well, go subscribe to Miss Fairy Vixen, guys. Go subscribe to her. Let me make her a moderator if I can. I'm going to make you a moderator, Miss Fairy Vixen. I've known you for a long time. Throw your channel link in there. And we can all go help her get to 1,000, guys. She needs to go live. You're not in Houston, are you, Fairy Vixen? Or are you? No, I think that's Stone Rider. Stone Rider's in Houston. All right, she's a mod now. Check out her channel, guys. Lots of nice jewelry. I think it's been a while since you had a pop-up sale, right? But she's got great stuff. Great stuff. Lots of people in here have channels. Check them out. But oh my gosh, the jewelry community is so cool here. And of course, our resellers. And some of us are both. All right. Miss Lydia, she also has a channel. I saw your were you on yesterday? Miss Lydia, I think you were. I have to watch the rerun. I actually watch the reruns, guys, the replays of the sales. I find them very relaxing. And I like to see what you guys have. And then, you know, see what you didn't sell. Maybe you'll bring it back next time. Anyway, guys, it's been 41 minutes. My bun held up, my little chopsticks. So 70s. Who else wore these in the 70s? I love them. It actually, nothing else is holding up this hair, just those two sticks, guys. Not even a bobby pin. So I'm liking it. I don't know if I like the bangs still. They're giving me hell sometimes, but it's what it is. You just go over to her channel, Miss Cindy, and scroll it. The link. She dropped the link. There's the link. You can't find it with the channel anymore. You used to be able to just scroll by the name, and then it would take you to that channel. But now she threw in the link. So click the link, go subscribe, hit the thumbs up here before you leave. And anybody who hasn't subscribed, guys, be sure and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the heart to heart. It was just a quick little brain dump, as I like to call them. This was just a little brain dump of mine. I hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy bringing it to you. It doesn't matter how many views it gets. It's something I need. It's like my therapy. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back again really soon. I'll bring you some jewelry jars soon. And I hope I don't feel that way again about going to Goodwill, because I want to go tomorrow and I want to go to a couple of other thrift stores, and I will try to bring you there with me live. I hope you enjoy that kind of content. Again, we do everything from jewelry to thrift hauls to what else do we do here? To the heart to heart. So you're going to love it. Be sure and subscribe. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Go check out Miss Fairy Vixen's channel. Subscribe to her. Let's get her 1,000. She needs to go live from that phone.